input, color presets, turn note here, default, all accessibility options. Menu narration on, menu narration on, subtitles settings. Master Model E100. Tinnitus SFX. Tinnitus relief frequency 20,000. Tinnitus SFX Model E100. 65 menu all access menu narration on subtitles off menu
Let's fix the settings before we play.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, tab jumping back and forth between some of the gameplay, a little bit on Xbox or PC. So I have put a ton of time in already playing on console and playing a little bit on PC to make sure Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome to Xbox or to make sure I've got everything refined and tuned exactly how it needs to be for the most optimal gameplay here. I will have timestamps for all the various different sections. We'll be jumping back and forth between some of the console stuff, and obviously PC, especially when it comes to graphics, will have some additional options that we'll break down as well. But I'll have it all timestamped going from accessibility, gameplay, controllers, so on and so forth as we go through everything. If you need to skip to one certain points, or if you're just going through everything for the first time, find it helpful. If you're new to it, feel free. Of course, it actually has to the video, so just by crossover is the accessibility tab, and funny enough, this actually has a ton of different settings that'll cross over into a bunch of these other areas that we're going to hit later on into the video. So just by doing your accessibility stuff first, you can actually sort of as well. Now we can get in and same deal with the trick or that bleed up. Be pretty. You can jump forward, and your accessibility stuff first, you can actually sort of cut the line a little bit. You can jump forward and have some stuff already set up. So personally, I don't use any menu narration or subtitles there, so I don't really mess with any of that. But if you want to have subtitles on, you can go through and customize that as needed. Of course, with a lot of these settings, it's going to come down to a personal preference sort of situation. Some of them, though, are objectively better than others in certain spots too. Master volume, have on whatever's not going to make your ears completely destroyed by the end of your session, right? So turn that down as you need. Tinnitus SFX volume, again, adjust as needed. Same deal with the relief frequency. That's going to be an individual case there. Graphic stuff right away. Color profiles, this is huge. You absolutely want to jump in here and change your color presets to custom, and then you can go through and actually adjust things. And basically what I end up doing here is just making things a little bit more vibrant. So for instance, on player color, it starts out as like basically a less vibrant green, so I just go through and I basically slide that as far to the right as I can so that it's a lot more vibrant of a green there at the end of the day. And of course I just screwed it up, so now I have to go through and set it again. So I'll go to a super vibrant green here, just go all the way over to the right. That way it's set up and I can see that clearly. I do the same for my enemy color as well. I just make that the most vibrant red that they have there, and you can adjust this to whatever colors you want for what it's worth. World brightness, I personally bump up to about 60, but that's going to be mostly a preference thing. Camera effects here is huge. You essentially want to turn everything you can off here with the exception of one, but world motion blur and weapon motion blur all the way to 0. We don't want any of that to add in any kind of blur. We're trying to have the most competitive settings possible, of course. Infantry HUD motion I turn off. I don't want my HUD shaking around as I'm running through a map. Camera shake I turn all the way down to 50. That's the lowest value here. The only setting I keep on is reduce sprint camera bobbing. Kind of self-explanatory. Your camera won't bob as much as you're sprinting around. Chromatic abrasion, I turn that off. And then infantry crosshair projection. This basically, if you have it turned off, means your crosshair won't bob around the screen. It'll just be centered the entire time, which obviously is great from a competitive standpoint as well with that. So definitely make sure you've got all of those set up. With controls here, there's a lot that we're going to get into in the actual controller section of it, but just going through the actual list here. Infantry sprint I have on toggle. Double tap forward to sprint I have on off. We'll talk more about that with like keybinds here in a little bit. Crouch sprint toggle I keep on just crouch. Just seems a little bit more seamless for me. That's more of a preference thing. Vehicle boost toggle, crouch slide for all here. Double tap crouch.
Welcome to the best Battlefield 6 settings guide. Turn on your console and PC, sit back, relax, and follow along. First up, we're going to change the controller settings. Click on controller, click edit settings, and then click edit. Infantry aim sensitivity.
Battlefield 6 is here, and I've had access to this game now for about a week long, which I'm sure is going to annoy some of you. But the lovely folks over at EA and DICE let me get access to Battlefield 6 long before its release, not only to bring you guys a fresh set of settings, which you're going to get in this video today with all of the testing that I've achieved in that time, but also lots of other really good content as well. So please make sure you're subscribed and drop a like. We are very much on the road to 200k, and we have lots of live streams, short form content, and long form content for you here on this channel for Battlefield 6. Now, the last time I did this video, it ended up being a bit of an internet surge, with lots of other content creators pretty much just copy and pasting what I said, and not really doing any of their own testing. GameSeer, tune control to get the best out of your control. And because of that, you actually need a finer tune control to get the best out of your controller. So without further ado, let's dive on into the settings and let you guys know everything that you need.
Double tap crouch for
Crouch toggle all.
sprint slide I have on off. Everything else is going to be pretty basic.
Hold. Prioritize and tracked. Toggle hold. Toggle instance.
basic here. Interact and reload, I prefer prioritize interact. That way, in most cases, I'm only having to press a button once to interact, to zip line up or to open a door or whatever the case is, right? Whereas I can just hold to reload whenever I want otherwise there, which is nice and convenient. Interacts I have on toggle. Skip revive I have on hold. This is an important one though. Request revive. You want that on toggle so you can request that revive as fast as possible and sort of slow that bleed out time there. Mount breakout instant. Comoros I have on hold, and scoreboard I have on hold as well there. With some of the basic controller stuff here, I keep vibration all the way off. I'm not a fan of any of that, and I don't have any adapt. With some of the basic controller Comoros I have on hold, and scoreboard I have on hold as well there. With some of the basic
اوكي كيف راحوا هناك؟ Accessibility.
basic controller stuff here, I keep vibration all the way off. I'm not a fan of any of that, and I don't have any adaptive triggers. Stuff on there. I want to have the instantaneous triggers as best. Best I can. Chat stuff I just have on off there, but that's more preference. And then same deal with tutorials. Personally turn all that off. Same deal with hints as well. Now we can get into these specific categories here. And like I said, there will be some overlap. With some of this as well. Now we can get into these specific categories here. And like I said, there will be some overlap. With some of the stuff we've already set up in accessibility. But for our gameplay stuff, initially, my vertical look I do have on custom here. I go through, you can adjust the vertical look setting. settings initially. My vertical look I do have on custom here. I go through, you can adjust the vertical look settings as you want. If you want to adjust any of these and invert these as needed, if that's how you play, go for it. For me personally, that's it's not for me. I can tell you that my aim already needs enough help. I don't need to be inverted. Hold and toggle stuff, obviously we already went through a lot of this in the accessibility stuff, but we've skipped the line there. We already are all set up. Capture outline area, you can turn this off if you want, or you can leave it on if you like having that outlined there. We get into infantry stuff, and some of this actually overlaps with our controller settings as well, but for sensitivity, personally I play on a 38 when I'm on controller. I also play on keys a lot in Battlefield, so this is what feels natural to me, but this is going to be a preference thing. If you like a really fast sense, if you like a lower sense, adjust this as needed. I find 38 to 40 to be a nice little middle ground there. Vault over sprint on, sprint door barge on, same double tap as before. Parachute auto deploy, I keep on skydive, and then insertions there. Roll camera in a landing roll I have on, but that's really a preference thing there. Then a lot of this stuff is just going to be the default things that we sort of covered previously in the accessibility stuff. Vehicles.
Shadow armies without oversight,
providing protection
for a price.
Then things got real interesting. Pack surged, testing every line. From foreign soil to your front door.
Mercenary companies
Now threatening the lives of world leaders.
invading sovereign territory.
Hijacking history mid-flight.
This unprecedented situation can only be described
Increasingly explosive.
Pax stands fast.
and NATO is ready.
If you give up control, you have to fight to get it back. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
I'm ready also. Let's go. Let's go. I have to raise the music volume. No. I want to hear this music.
double tap crouch for thing. This basically, if you have sprints, get down to should I turn off? I don't want my HUD shaking around as I'm running through them. Keep as you're sprinting around. Chromatic abrasion, I turn that off. And then infantry crosshair projection. This basically, if you have it turned off, means your crosshair won't bob around the screen. It'll just be centered the entire time, which obviously is great from a competitive standpoint as well with that. So definitely make sure you've got all of those set up. With controls here, there's a lot that we're going to get into in the actual controllers section of it, but just going through the actual list here. Infantry sprints I have on toggle. Double tap forward to sprints I have.
In Battlefield 6,
Double tap crouch for sprint slide is interact that way. And you'd have on not a best I can. Chat stuff I just have on off there, but that's more preferred. The instantaneous. Triggers as best I can. Chat stuff I just have on off there, but that's more preference. And then same deal with tutorials. Personally turn all that off. Same deal with hints as well. Now we can get into these specific categories here. And like I said, there will be some overlap with some of the stuff we've already set up in accessibility. But for our gameplay stuff, initially, my vertical look, I do have on custom here. I go through, you can adjust the vertical look settings as you want. If you want to adjust any of these and invert these as needed, if that's how you play, go for it. For me personally, that's it's not for me. I can tell you that my aim already needs enough help. I don't need to be inverted. Hold and toggle stuff, obviously we already went through a lot of this in the accessibility stuff, but we've skipped the line there. We already are all set up. Capture outline area, you can turn this off if you want, or you can leave it on if you like having that outlined there. We get into infantry stuff, and some of this actually overlaps with our controller settings as well. But for sensitivity, personally, I play on a 38 when I'm on controller. I also play on keys a lot in Battlefield, so this is what feels natural to me, but this is going to be a preference thing. If you like a really fast sense, if you like a lower sense, adjust this as needed. I find 38 to 40 to be a nice little middle ground there. Vault over sprints on, sprint door barge on, same double tap as before. Parachute auto deploy, I keep on skydive, and then insertions there. Roll camera in a landing roll I have on, but that's really a preference thing there. Then a lot of this stuff is just going to be the default things that we sort of covered previously in the accessibility stuff. Vehicles, you ideally want to have set up basically the same as your infantry stuff, and we'll talk more on this when we get into the actual controller settings portion of it. But basically you just want to copy this as you can one-to-one with your infantry stuff. That way it's just familiar to you. I also do the decouple tank turret aiming from turning. Just makes things feel a little bit more seamless for me. Aim assist here, very very important as we're going through all of this. If you're playing on controller, to me, Battlefield 4 feels the most responsive. Feels the most natural and smooth. I've tested out a few different ones here. This is also what I was running in the beta, and I sort of just carried that over, and I made sure it was consistent with what I was using before and how I felt before, and I can definitely say that's where I'm at with that. Up next, so you obviously can go through and adjust these one by one with soldier, vehicles, aircraft, so on and so forth. Some people like to play on alternative with some of this, like for instance my vehicles here. Others like just the default stuff. That's mostly going to be a preference thing. What's important though initially is your soldier stuff here. So if you go through and you edit these settings, this is where we have a lot of specific that with what I was using before. You obviously can before and I can definitely say that's where I'm at with that. Up next, so you obviously can go through and adjust these one by one with soldier, vehicles, aircraft, so on and so forth. Some people like to play on alternative with some of this, like for instance my vehicles here. Others like just the default stuff. That's mostly going to be a preference thing. What's important though initially is your soldier stuff here. So if you go through and you edit these settings, this is where we have a lot of specific things we want to talk about. Now of course there are a lot of different categories between infantry, ground vehicles, transport, aircraft, so on and so forth. Essentially here you're going to want to go through, and if it doesn't do it automatically for you after you finish doing your infantry settings, go through and just make sure your ground vehicles, transport, every one of these other tabs is copied the same as your infantry settings that we go through here. That's going to be important there. It should go through and copy them over naturally, but if it doesn't, just make sure you double check. So in our control settings here, again, 38 sensitivity for me personally. I like a 110 FOV in Battlefield. I play a lot of 120 in COD, but in Battlefield, just with like the larger scale of everything, 110 feels nice for me. You need to have vertical aim ratio on 56. It should be there by default. Keep uniform aiming on, and then your sensitivity coefficient, you want it 178. That's super important as well, but again, those should be the default values. We leave everything else at 100. All right, little post-edit Zach here. Because when you're going through some of these settings as you're double checking things, if you happen to switch certain things over, it may end up locking you out of some and you have to reset. It's a really weird thing that goes on there. But just to clarify across the board with some of this input curve stuff and acceleration, essentially on the infantry aim input curve, as we talked about, BF4, BF1, I prefer the BF4 feel to it. Infantry zoom aim input curve should be standard and grayed out there, at least it was for me. And then your stick input acceleration presets, the BF4, BF3 Battlefield Bad Company one is what I've been using, and with the aiming acceleration there with left and right, I've got that at 12, going off of the Tactical Brits recommendation for this. Tested this out, played with this for a good bit, and it felt really good. Also used him as a reference for some of the to him for people if you reheat is forward, which kind of functions from there and adjust slightly as needed one way or the other. Now a lot of the movement stuff is sort of going to be preferred at the end of the day. I do end up taking the sprint and actually moving that to left stick forward, which kind of functions as auto tack sprint in a sense, which I actually really enjoy for the responsiveness rather than having to press in on my thumbstick. Also kind of saving the thumbsticks there. Leaving crouch toggle sprints on crouch. Slide is going to be my right thumbstick. I actually mapped that custom there to make it feel like I'm playing tactical over in Call of Duty. And again, double tap crouch is turned off there. With the zoom here, mostly going to end up being the standard stuff, but you can adjust your aim sensitivities as needed. I always like to tone my aim sense down just a little bit to about 90 here. You can go through individually, which I probably will do again here just to fine tune things as I'm playing more and more. In some of my lower zooms, like 1 times, 1.25, 1.5, all the way up through, I start down at maybe around 0.8, then I gradually increase them as well. going all the way back up to 100 for some of the higher zooms once I hit like 5, 6, 7. So that's something you can do if you're interested in that, really fine-tuning your aiming. That's not for everyone. Some people just like to do the standard 90 and leave it as that, or turn it down to a certain value, test around, see if you're feeling accurate, see if you're feeling snappy, and move on from there. If it's too slow, too fast, you can adjust as needed, or really get into the fine-tuning specifics if you want otherwise. But the other stuff here, again, it's going to be largely overlap from what we talked about over in accessibility. Request revive being on toggle, the most important one there. I don't do anything with any motion sensor aim, so I just leave that as default. And personally, I'm not really taking much advantage of the flick look, but if you want to adjust this, you can use that setting as well, which is pretty interesting to have for controllers. Now, the buttons and controls are going to end up being on custom here because I do some custom mapping. Really, a lot of this is going to be set as default, but I do again make sure that my sprinting is going to be forward on my left stick so that it acts as auto tack sprint in a sense. Then I change my slide to right stick and my crouch to right stick, and then I change my melee to circle. There was a bug back in the beta where it would always make you melee and crouch at the same time. That's no longer a problem, which is huge. It'll actually function as tactical if you are coming over from Call of Duty with that. So that's huge. But if you want to do other binds, change things up, if you want your grenade to be something specific or your laser, whatever the case is, adjust these as needed. The main ones are going to be your crouching and your melees there. And then again, as mentioned, just make sure you go through with all your different settings here and make sure they are one-to-one with your infantry settings. Obviously, if you're really specifically looking to fine-tune your aircraft stuff or very individualized things like that, you can go through and bind certain things or adjust and fine-tune things, but that's for largely people who are looking to do those very niche adjustments. Overall, just the one-to-one uniform stuff there is going to make your life a lot easier. Also, make sure you go all the way down to controller tuning here and edit some of this stuff as well. Again, we turn off all the vibration, but your dead zones here are going to be very important to take note of too. So your center dead zone is going to be your general stick dead zone. This is going to be different for going to make your life a lot easier. Also, make sure you go all the way down to controller tuning here and edit some of this stuff as well. Again, we turn off all the vibration, but your dead zones here are going to be very important to take. some of this stuff as well. Again, we turn off all the vibration, but your dead zones here are going to be very important to take note of too. So your center dead zone is going to be your general stick dead zone. This is going to be different for everyone. So you're going to have to test and see, turning this down to a certain value and then see if you still are picking up input there. If you are, you probably need to turn it up one more or so. So for instance, on this controller, for me, that way I don't uniform aiming, just feeling consistent, meaning put X out with my outhold. Instance is going to be like movement and things of that nature is going to be double tap crouch for sprint, slide I have on off, crouch the app facing out fan I can chats lap that to you. Here's your soldier on it. Good. So P for to controller tuning here and edit some of this stuff and our dead. So for instance, max input threshold, I keep on 60 on my left stick, meaning dex input. We've covered here, for instance, is going to be like movement and things of that nature is going to things here, and the max input threshold at 5. Then we get into the keyboard and mouse settings here, and a lot of the stuff that we've covered here, for instance, is going to be like movement and things of that nature is going to be crossover from some of the general gameplay settings and whatnot. Really, when it comes down to keyboard and mouse input, a lot of it's going to be based on your preference of higher or lower sense for your setup. Here's that. No preference. Stuff will be used still. So platform across, have time, graph overlap with some of our gameplay and accessibility settings that are important there. Then we get into graphics, and this is where things are going to differ a lot whether you're playing on console or PC. Now, I will have time-stamped details for the differences there. A lot of this stuff will be uniform across the board, console and PC. PC just has some extra settings to take note of. On console, for instance, on PlayStation 5, you can go into performance mode, and the game honestly looks really good still, so I actually leave it in that. It runs smooth and it looks pretty. I had a nice experience on that. Again, brightness up at 60, field of view, 110 max, third-person vehicle field of view, wide on the weapon field of view, motion blur and everything here. Turns completely off except for reduced sprints. Camera bobbing, we want to make sure we leave that on. With the HUD interface here. Again, I turn off infantry HUD motion and vehicle HUD motion. Everything else I pretty much leave as default. And then turn off infantry HUD motion and vehicle HUD motion. Everything else I pretty much leave as default. Then in the advanced HUD settings, there's some more important things you want to take note of here. You can
ايوه ها؟ ليش بسرعة؟ Squad. Turn off.
You can adjust the padding as you want. You can adjust some of these things preference based. I do like to keep the minimap size as large just so I can see more of the minimap. They're always important and nice to have. If you want to adjust the interior, zoom the rotation, feel free to do so. The opacity as well, you can mess with quite a few things here, but for the most part I leave a lot of this as default. Once more, if you want to adjust the HUD, you can do so there too. I do turn off some of the action prompts and the vehicle control hints and whatnot with that. And we've got our icon stuff. I leave the sensitivity and the icons as default, but in crosshairs and indicators this is also pretty important here. So once more, we turn off infantry crosshair projection just like with that. And we've got our icon stuff. I leave the sensitivity and the icons as default, but in crosshairs and indicators this is also pretty important here. So once more, we turn off infantry crosshair projection just like over in the previous settings. What I do change here though is my headshot color. I leave as a bright green. I just like the look of that. It lets me know I'm getting headshots and I can confirm that. Then the kill color I leave as bright red. Just makes me you know, well aware of what I'm doing in game with my hit. Markers, I'd recommend changing those to colors that do stand out. You can adjust these other things as needed as well. If you want the infantry damage color, vehicle, so on and so forth, you can adjust the hit indicator size as well if you want. So feel free to change things there for what works well for you. But really the main two, headshot and kill color, those are pretty important. Then the chat settings, that's just mostly dependent on what you want going on there. Now here on PC, your graphics tab is obviously going to look a little bit different across the board, right? And so there's a few extra details we can go through here as opposed to console. A few more custom things you can change. Performance preset, you're ultimately probably going to want to have on custom because you're going to go through and adjust things as needed. Your graphics quality preset, again, you can probably go through and just have on custom unless you're going for something specific. Like I know in my rig with the 9950X 3D, the 5090, I'm going to be testing out a lot on Ultra, maybe even give Overkill a try just to see what it's like, see what the frame rates are like. But for the most part, you're just going to have this on custom because we're going to go through our graphics quality settings here. And ultimately, this is going to come down to your specific setup, your PC and your specs, because what I'm able to run, everyone's got their own build, the medium to high air things. But for most builds, if you're looking for more frames, obviously you're probably going to want to stick around that medium, maybe cap things out at high. If you're looking for purely graphics quality, you'll be looking for, you know, high, ultra. Ultimately, I want to have that I do go through and I turn that off. Other than than that, though, like, it's going to be harder to see players behind those things. So I do go through and I turn that off. Other than that, though, like I said, it's going to be largely dependent on your specs and your PC build in specific. I will not be, I thought this was going to make me restart the game. I am not going back into that server queue, bro. World brightness, again, you can adjust this as needed here. Like I said, I'm typically around that 60 mark. In the advanced settings here too, you can adjust some things. If you want to have a frame rate limiter on, feel free to go ahead and put that on. NVIDIA reflex low latency here. If you are GPU bound, you're going to want to have on plus boost. If you're CPU bound, like I am personally, I just have it as enabled here. I leave my anti-aliasing as TAA. I don't use any frame gen or anything like that. It'll end up increasing input lag and everything, so I'm not really a fan of that. If you want to have the performance overlay on, though, for those stats, you absolutely can turn that on. Then as we go through again, you've got your field of view. We've obviously covered all of this previously on the console side as well. You'll also have your display stuff here on PC that'll be a little bit different. I personally prefer to play in full screen. It just seems the smoothest for me. Make sure you're on your set resolution, your basic aspect ratio. Make sure your refresh rate is whatever your monitors is. I'm on a 1440p 480 hertz monitor, so I'm all set there. And then make sure you turn VSync off. You don't want that added input lag either. Then we've got our audio settings here. There's a few things you want to take note of. A lot of this will just come down to your setup, whether you're playing on your speakers, a headset, IEMs, a home theater system, whatever the case is, right? But make sure your master volume is set so you're not hurting your ears. As cool as the score is in this game, a lot of the music volume, competitively speaking, is not going to do much for you, so I turn that to 0. Obviously, I want sound effects high for footsteps and gunfire, Commander VO, that stuff, the SFX, that's all nice to have up there. Hit indicators I want on for sure as well. I've been just rocking the stereo default sound mix. I can hear footsteps so well with my setup. You might want to adjust some of this, though, to see if you can hear them more optimally in certain situations with your particular equipment, but default mix worked the best for me after I tested around, so I just kept that as standard there. Voice chat stuff, you can change to it whatever you want if you want it on or off. And as standard there. Voice
check. Off. Voice chat position flat.
voice chat stuff, you can change to it whatever you want if you want it on or off and mess with some of your settings there. Subtitle settings, again, I turn all of that off, but this is really all preference here. If you want to have the radio music, again, really good soundtrack for what it's worth with everything going on there. So mostly straightforward and based on your setup. Then with the system setup here, just a few things you want to take note of. If you want to have the streamer mode on, you can turn that on once more with some of the mini map settings from before. You can turn up the size and everything here as well, kind of overlapping from where we already were. Then you can change some things with your network data. So if you want to have that stuff on, feel free to do so. But yeah, that's the rundown. There's a lot of settings to adjust here, and obviously as I'm going through and I'm saying use this, use that, adjust to this, take that as like a starting point and definitely tweak things and adjust things as needed. It's not a one size or if you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, a like rating would be seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the
Armada?
Is the NATO alliance shifting to a new position?
Or
is
is NATO collapsing?
Pax Armada's peaceful expansion ends here.
Comes next. It's not diplomacy.
On the ridgeline, that is not out. Ordering us to leave the area.
NATO's Secretary General called for calm dialogue.
Pax Armada. Force is how we keep the peace.
Hours left.
In what some are calling a prelude. Georgia is just the start. Where does this end?
Bad guys in arm's reach, and they're redeploying us.
Murphy, Regional Command's got an update, boss.
Too bad it's not going to be go kick those Pax Armada shitheads off our doorstep.
Pax isn't the enemy. Read your briefings.
Well, then Command should find us an enemy. You backing servers isn't work for raiders?
Offensive cyber capabilities, Blake. SAP level shit. And if you read as much as Martinez, you'd stop bitching about the wrong Georgia. Let's see what Command's got.
Yo, this is BS. We build up all these cyber defenses. Then Georgia says, ship out. We're giving the base to Pax Armada. And NATO just rolls over?
That's politics. NATO's not up to a fight with the worst PMC in Europe.
We are. Tag us in.
Look, I'd love to teach Pax a lesson. But if staying here might kick off World War III, I don't want it that bad.
Well, maybe Command's got a plan.
Incoming! Take cover! Defensive positions, Marines, now!
All our shit's packed up! Over there! Weapon here! Pack troops. More dropping in. Bastards paid someone for an airdrop. Well, why? A few hours in the base would have been theirs anyway.
Why? We'll have to wait. Come on! Cover me, I'm reloading! Moving up! Stay on me!
Got him! There's gonna be more. Boss, we need to get undercover.
The vehicle hangar. It can hold up against heavy fire. We regroup there. Go!
Keep it moving!
Bought ourselves some time. Let's get inside. I'm okay.
Hangar's a no-go, but we got a ride!
That Berkeley?
You good, Murphy?
Good enough. All right. Pax is focused on the base, but our mission hasn't changed. We protect those servers. We gotta secure Site 2 before Pax takes control.
You shooting our way out?
Guns up!
أقول احتسم.
Targets on both sides.
And this shit comes back! Checkpoint's just up ahead. Whoa, the tower! Poor Masters never stood a chance.
Berkeley, go! We need another exit. Oh, crap! Go!
Berkeley! That's munition supply!
No time! Go through!
Holy shit! This is our house, assholes!
Engineer, KIA! Okay, that's rule them off.
Helo overhead! Pax 1's got cut off! Find a way through! What do you think I'm trying to do?
Site 2 and run Overwatch.
Copy, Tempest.
Lightning, this is Tempest Actual.
العالم لعبة لعبة الجراوند فيكل. طيب الجراوند فيكل ابغى بس اغير ال
For a precision strike. Still get a win.
Caution, Tempest. We're seeing armored vehicles ahead of you. Oh, fuck!
Berkeley, take us off-road!
This thing sounds like hell!
It'll get us there!
And if Pax is listening, we may as well be tooting an air horn.
Berkeley, I need you to look for more survivors.
Copy that. As long as this heap holds together.
Adios. Good luck.
Ammo here.
Tag recovered!
Murphy, glad you guys made it.
Likewise, Jackson. How we looking?
Pax artillery and vehicles below. Lightning is slowing down Pax reinforcements, but they got a window to give us air support. You're JTAC Kern, huh?
You know it. Let's get him away from our servers. You got a laser designator ready to go? All right. Their turn for a surprise attack. Lightning 1, this is Tempest Actual. Targets in place for attack aviation. Over.
Copy.
Laser on. Lasing.
Staring now. Staring captured. Confirm no friendlies in target area.
Confirmed. Fire mission when ready. Over.
Launching now.
No.
Lightning 1, do you read? Lightning 1!
They're gone, Martinez.
Jets. Someone sold them jets.
Jackson, give us some cover. We're headed to Site 2.
We are?
We can't evac the servers under that kind of fire, and we can't let Pax capture them. So we destroy those servers before they compromise NATO.
Holy shit.
We've got enough C4 to take out Site 2 and leave Pax swinging in the wind. Any input?
It's a plan.
It's the perfect plan, because win or lose, Murph's in the shit for coming up with it.
Hostiles closing in on Site 2! Hold the line! Reloading!
Stand it to him, Marine! Cover me while I reload! Hostile, using guns!
Enemy vehicles in sight! They want this place bad!
Target behind cover! Engaging! We've got wounded here! Enemy in cover!
Cover me! I'm reloading!
Grenade! Get down!
Need a reload!
Bastards.
Duke 1-1, this is Tempest. We'll need evac soon from Site 2.
Copy that, Tempest. Need to circle to evade enemy aircraft.
Copy. Approach when able.
We got tangos down below.
Hostile tank position.
On the move.
Cover me while I reload!
Light them up.
Frag out!
Got ammo here, Murphy.
Reloading!
Tango down.
Pax tried to block the entrance.
Not much of a try.
Ammo, resupply. Ammo, resupply. I got you, boss. Clear inside.
Can't believe they were still building this place.
Heard the CIA nagged him for an extension.
Okay. No telling what's in here.
No movement.
Lights on. Stay alert.
The commander said Pax was preparing to take control, not rolling in an armored division.
Hey, not here. They must have been working on the server evac. And Pax got the jump on them. Move up. Pax got ahead of us.
Where's the other fella?
They're in the open!
Target behind cover. Grenade inbound. Go, reload. Shit, look out! Target neutralized.
Bastards were settling in.
Gotta hurry. C4 on those support pillars should bring the whole place down. We need more C4. Let's head up.
Copy.
This is Duke 1-1 to Tempest Actual. Looks clear. Closing in on SOC 2.
Copy that, Duke 1-1. Meet us on the roof.
Watch your heads.
Covering you.
Jackson and Tempest. Got eyes on Site 2. Pax round forces are forming up.
Clear!
Clear this side.
More support pillars. Wire them up.
Copy that.
Let's get to the roof for reback, then blow this place.
Spotted Pax setting a rappel line in the elevator shaft.
We'll take it.
Hey, you good to rappel, Armstrong?
Anything you could do, I could do.
Jackson, are your people close?
We'll chase the evac, but it's gonna be tight.
Secure yourselves, Tempest.
Clear ahead. Clear! Tempest, you got Pax reinforcements on ascent. They're wise to us. Can't get them all.
Copy that. Evac's coming in. We'll hold them off.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Murphy. You gonna make us look like heroes?
I won't tell if you don't. Tempest, ready up!
10 o'clock. Sniper. 30 meters. Outside.
Sniper eliminated!
Cut it to him, Marines. Target moving.
More incoming!
Reloading. Taking casualty. Sniper.
Frag out!
Target boys. Carry me. I'm moving. Fire.
Sniper neutralized!
Provide cover fire. Reloading.
Sniper eliminated!
Pinned down by heavy fire. 1 o'clock. Sniper. 30 meters.
Reloading! Cover me!
Hold the line. 11 o'clock. Engage. Stop sight. Casualty. Covering. Target acquired. Take this box. 1 o'clock. Sniper. Close range.
Throwing frag!
Position.
Sniper neutralized!
Evac's coming!
We're not done! Stay focused!
Got a breather, but not much.
Have to reload. Use the cover.
Door's still hot!
الباب. خلطهم.
So were they.
Fuck yeah! Woo! Got him! Holy shit!
Think they'll bill me for those servers?
Keep adding zeros. Good God. Oh, this is some Article 5 shit. What kind of tech advantage is worth that? No, we're missing something.
NATO has to set us loose on this. Find some answers.
NATO's losing allies by the day, Murphy. If we got the truth, would they want to hear it? It's locked to fit. No, we made it!
Hold on!
Hold on a minute. حركات.
Blake, you okay?
I can still shoot.
Okay. Blake is on.
Armstrong, Martinez.
I think my leg's broke, but I'm still here.
Armstrong, come on, buddy.
Did we get clear?
We got incoming.
Oh, fuck, they're cutting us off.
This is Tempest 1-2 actual. Any friendlies in range? We need immediate evac. Any station.
Murph, what's the plan?
Unconquerable spirit. They gave us that motto for a reason. This is it. I'm going down fighting. Watch each other's backs. No matter how it ends. It's been an honor. We still faithful?
Always.
On my lead. Get ready to fend. Let's give them hell.
Coming in on all sides!
Hold! We go out on our feet!
Tango's dead ahead!
Martinez!
Oh shit! Fuck! Ahead of us, more hostile!
Make them work for it!
Bastards are all around us!
Oh, fuck this. And fuck you! No!
Damn it! Don't let him close in!
No retreat! Hold fast! Travis! No! No, you're okay! It's like before! Blake. Martinez.
Blake!
26 guys. Wait for me.
Come on!
Hey. We gotta go. You all right? Okay?
safe now. No one else made it out? It was just me.
ضياع.
Just me.
A year later, somewhere in Virginia.
Reminiscent of the onset of the global conflict just over a year ago when the private military organization known as Pax Armada launched an unprovoked attack on the Mokrovani NATO base in Georgia. Just days later, while NATO was preparing its response, Secretary General Hawthorne was assassinated in Brussels, with Pax Armada claiming credit. Fractures in the West's oldest and strongest alliance. Several former NATO members have joined a coalition of states backing the PMO, which has ignited age-old conflicts in hotspots around Europe and now the world. The question now is, has the violence crescendoed, or is the next fire about to erupt?
أظن إني باخذه.
Always knew you were a survivor.
Got the scars to prove it.
And the guilt?
Never goes away.
I've been trying to restore contact with you for days. Can't even raise Hemlock through contingency.
Like trying to raise the dead? You're gonna put that down.
Wasn't a question.
Sit rep. Hold your positions. Primary secure.
You're breaking protocol. You're never to contact me in person. I taught you both too
They're
well
coming for you.
Who?
Pax.
What's your source? You believe a group of madmen hell-bent for leather on taking the world apart piece by piece would prioritize an operator halfway around the world? Why?
Now that is the question.
Gecko, I didn't put you on this team because you're a thinker.
No, you put me on the team because I'm a hunter.
Mills. They're coming. It's why we're here. And since you like putting pieces together, let's start with that. Like why you chose Dagger 1-3. Take us back to Gibraltar.
Dagger 1-3. In 3 mics, you'll enter Gibraltar airspace. This place has been fought over for centuries. Now Pax Armada have opened that wound after NATO's kept it safe for decades. And there's no way we're letting them have it without a fight.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet. If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. The British Squad Lancer are already on deck and in position. Hey, Devil Dogs! Want to help our friends take back this rock? 1 minute!
Let's fucking do it!
Dills, you hearing me?
I hear you, bitch.
5 by 5. Send it.
Sniping battlefield.
Our second objective. Once down, command can launch phase 3. Bravo element will land on the rock with you and move on their objective. Happy landings, Dagger. Mills out.
Never a dull moment on this fucking team. Ready for this?
Always faithful, always forward.
All right, Gecko. Let's introduce Dagger to the Rock.
في واحد يتابعني هذا ما ادري من. Let's go! أفضل هذه بالضبط. اها تحكم ارفع قلل. اسلام عز الطلب. عز الطلب. افجر ذي الحين. داير افجرها.
ME1, radio check. You with us, Lancer?
Reading you loud and clear, Dagger. We're waiting for you at the link-up point.
Copy that. We good?
On your 6.
اما اني بنت. لا يا شيخ.
Dagger, we're pinned down. There's a pack checkpoint. Needed to take out the MG nest ASAP.
Copy. We're on our way, Mac.
سنايبر لا قالوا لك سنايبر.
MG gunner guard tower. Set when you're ready.
On it.
Wrong target. Readjust on the MG gunner. Send it.
Oh.
Clean hit.
Lancer, MG is down.
Roger. Lancer, push up.
Weapons free.
Area clear.
On me. Let's move.
Good to have you in the fight, Dagger. Radar station's up the hillside. We'll approach through the cave system. Main road's too exposed.
Roger. Let's hustle then.
Not even a week and packs are already heavily entrenched. The ship packs have stirred up. Shipping lanes, trade routes. Takes a lot of nerve to make a play like this.
We're sparking old feuds for a reason. Fracturing long-standing alliances. Whoever's put in the bill wants to shake up the world and throw it on its axis.
Radar station ahead. Alternating bounding at the gate. Get into position. Don't hang around. We won't wait for you.
Copy. Overwatch position ahead.
Copy.
Lancer, we're in position.
Roger. What are you seeing?
Infantry at the gatehouse, 30 meters. More on the road further back. Stand by.
Gecko, show me why you're on the team. Send it.
Rounds down range.
Engaging! Lancer, push forward!
Roger that. Engaging. Area secured. Advancing on the radar station now. Dagger, take position in the tower.
Tracking. We got your back. Second position. On me.
Copy that.
Mills, you Copy.
Loud and clear, Dagger 1-3. Sit rep.
We're on the X. Moving to an overwatch position. You'll know when we start slinging rounds downrange.
Good work, Dagger 1-3. Report back once the station's down. Mills out.
Onward and upward.
Contact! Dagger, we need you!
Oh, abshir, abshir, abshir.
Hustle, Gecko, up the tower.
Multiple tangos ahead, over!
Focus on the high-prio targets and the direct threats to Lancer.
Copy.
Ammo crate, resupply.
Could use this.
We're set in position. Over.
Copy that! We're pushing up now! Give us some cover!
Weapons free. Cover by the forklift. Smoke them. Gecko, shoot at the main structure. Don't let him get a bead on us. Target, mid-layer of the dome. Take him out.
Clean. Shoot her down.
Vehicle incoming. Lancer, find cover. Gecko, you got it. Remove that threat. We got an RPG, Gecko. Main structure.
Launch her down! Hold the line! Reloading!
You got a helo inbound, Lancer. Get to cover.
Roger that!
Keep going. Don't let up.
Reloading!
Light up those reinforcements.
Reloading! Weapon secured.
Dagger 1-3, we're at the structure now. Setting charges.
Got him to the target. Sit rep, Lancer.
We're clear. Seeking cover. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Firing now.
مش سايق كابتن.
Target destroyed. Thanks for the... It's Dagger. En route to secondary objective.
Likewise, Lancer. Heading to the tunnels now. Good luck. Dagger out. Let's roll.
Move him.
Incoming artillery!
Get clear!
Come on, Captain.
Move now! Through the tunnel!
Dagger, do you copy? Repeat, Dagger 1-3, do you copy?
Lancer, this is Dagger 1-3. Reading you.
Wait for the... Go.
Lancer, you're coming in broken. Down!
Down.
ربع.
Yeah. Go white light. Lancer, you read me? What's your status? Damn it!
We're military powerhouse, and the radios are still pieces of junk.
Well, at least these tunnels will give us cover to move on the AAAs. Come on. Let's get to the exit.
The strategic importance of Gibraltar.
Light ahead. Caution.
Its location making it a hub for espionage and intelligence operations.
Clear. Looks like we're on the right track.
Remember this from the briefing. Underground World War II museum. Pretty cool, huh? Oh man, these guys were tough. No PMCs back in their day. You know any mercs?
Been on joint ops with them, and a few I served with signed up, but PAX... Nah, nobody I know would stoop that low.
Got some equipment here.
PAX must be using the tunnels. Take it. Could be useful. Careful. Weapons ready. Contact!
Provide cover fire! Reloading!
Push up! We gotta keep moving. Enemy down. Weapons free. Advance! Reloading. Blow some holes in those walls using that launcher. We can flank them. 11 o'clock. Shotgun. 30 meters.
Shotgun is down!
Target acquired. 11 o'clock. Shotgun. 50 meters. Reloading. Keep me covered. Gravy's been shot. Covering! Area clear.
Which way?
Exit's down. Help me with the elevator.
Dropping chem light.
Yeah, looks good. Hook up.
Well, looks good. ما اشوف شيء.
Descending.
Mills, copy.
Good to hear you're in one piece, Dagger.
We're through the tunnel system. Moving on the objective now.
Understood. Report back when Pax's anti-air is down. Mills out.
Lancer, this is Dagger 1-3. How copy?
Reading you loud and clear. You've been sightseeing.
Encountered some tourists, but we're still on track.
Glad to hear it. We've reached our target area. Holding position.
Copy. We'll signal shortly.
I'll put the kettle on. Out.
This is it. Scout the area. Engage the enemy at will. C-Ram's key to Pax's strategy. Neutralize the target.
Understood.
Lancer, we're in position.
Copy. Let's do this.
Engaging now.
I'll cover you. On the move. RPG. Long range. Go.
Cover me while I reload!
RPG, get down!
Engineer, KIA!
Anyone got eyes on them? Hey!
Shotgun is down!
Gecko, we need a push on that gun.
Launching frag!
Now neutralize that AAA. Keep going! Don't let up! Got eyes on a rifle. Get some C4 on that gun.
This could be useful! Explosive in place!
Nice work. Proud of yourself?
Sometimes.
Dagger, be advised. We're spotting Pax reinforcements moving on your position.
Hostiles using smoke. Copy. Gecko, more company is on its way. Dig in here. Get on that MG. Move. Engage. I need cover fire. Reload. Push forward.
Launching frag! Launching frag!
يلعن امكم.
I'm hit! Need a medic!
Down by heavy fire. Weapons right. Reloading. Patching you up.
Appreciate it!
سمك.
Contact! Need support!
Launching grenade! Reloading! Hold the line! Reloading!
Lancer, status update, over.
Held up by Pax. One click from the target area.
We ain't done yet.
No, sir.
Let's move. On me.
What's your sit rep? With those air defenses still active, the full assault can't happen.
We're about to link up with Lancer and push on. 2 more left.
We've got allied forces on the horizon waiting for your signal.
The skies will be clear, Mills. You can count on that.
Make contact once they are. NATO's counting on it.
No pressure then?
That's why we wear the Southern Cross. And if it doesn't work, we'll blame McIntyre.
Dagger 1-3, we're taking heavy fire. What's your status?
Lancer, we're coming from the slope to your south. Check your fire.
Copy that. Good to see you, cowboy.
Target that building. Clear him out. Weapons free.
Shotgun! Low!
Got an RPG here.
Hit that building!
Contact in my position.
Could use this.
Hit! Nice kill.
Keep going! Don't let up! I'm reloading!
Shotgun is down! Reloading!
Kill.
Area clear.
Thanks again. No problem. We got 2 more emplacements still firing, though. You ready?
We are. Once more onto the breach. Lancer, advance.
Launcher here if you need it. Ammo crate. Load up.
Better take this! Picked up a med pack.
Contact! Lancer, engage!
Roger. Engaging. Enemy grenade.
Fuck! Friendly down! We need suppressive fire!
Send it to him, Marines. Black is down, Lancer. Clear to proceed.
Pushing onto the last AAA!
Helo inbound. Gecko, use that RPG. Take it out.
Solid hit. Helo down. Shotgunner down!
1 o'clock. Sniper. Long range.
Taking fire. Say again, taking fire.
Keep moving. Clean kill. Get into position.
Lancer, advance on that last gun!
Oscar Mike.
RPG down!
On target.
Elevated target eliminated!
We gotta push through to that last AAA. Grenade inbound.
Launching grenade! Launching grenade!
Set.
Advance on that gun. We'll cover you.
Ammo crate. Resupply. Cover it.
We've got you, Dagger 1-3. Let's get you clear of the AAA.
Need to reload!
Let's take this last AAA down. Advance! Front, marksman, 60 meters, top side. Northwest, Tango side of 40 meters. Red ball! Wanna go? Gun, 20 meters.
We've cleared the AO of packs. Now we can take down our last target. That's what I call fucking teamwork.
Just like Operation Angry
like
Sea in
that.
2020. Air's clear. Let's give them the signal. Gecko, pop smoke!
Oh, that was too fucking close!
I don't know what's more impressive. You, firepower.
Good work, Marine. Airspace is clear. You just got us a foothold in this fight. Lopez and Murphy are on the USS Macon off the coast of Gibraltar. Hemlock, my specialized skills officer, will be contacting them now.
ها ما مت ولا مرة إلى الآن.
There she is. El Peñón de Gibraltar. All set, Murph?
Por favor.
Tiger 1-3, this is Hemlock. I'm your three-letter specialized skills officer. Be advised, Carter and Espina are heading down towards Old Town. Once you join them, all last to the PAX TOC. Intelligence reports a PAX commander at the target.
Roger that.
And you'll be part of the beach landing. The Macon's under attack! Disembark now!
Marines, get in! We need to get clear of the ship now!
I got the turret!
سكاريتش أنا اللي بسوق. وصلتكم سالمين بإذن الله. تزموا. ارمي عالشق.
Dagger status.
Just made it out.
Copy. Mark your objective in Old Town.
Roger.
Oh, fuck! The Macon is going down! Make it right! Straighten it up! We got mines
on Mike from the BOS. Under heavy fire!
Buena promise.
Approaching the beach. Taking fire from the beach. Holy smoke, that was close!
Ready for beachhead!
On the beach. Contact fight. Engaging. First wave of troops deployed. Advancing. Push through their defenses. Bravo 4 hit. Repeat. Bravo 4 is hit. They're using tone. Incoming! We're hit.
Shit! Stone! Lopez! Eyes front!
Murphy, multiple targets ahead. Mark! They've got AT in those bunkers. Clear them out!
Working on it!
Enemy 12 o'clock. Engaging. We got multiple hostiles incoming. Bring down suppressive fire. Take out those launchers.
These fuckers ain't giving up easy!
Taking fire.
Oh.
We're taking damage. They're falling back. Advancing. Murph, there's more! In the trenches! Getting started.
Viper 1-1, Viper 1-2, inbound north. Time on target 1 Mike. Payload release in 30 seconds. Over.
Contact right! This position is heavily fortified. Put suppressive fire on it now.
Releasing.
Ceasefire! Friendlies in the AO! Jesus! Cat's cutting it close! We got friendlies pushing through! Covering fire! Contact 12 o'clock. Taking fire!
فجروا والدي الأماكن دي كلها. فجرهم تفجير.
We got friendlies under fire! Mark! They're getting chewed up! We got an RPG on our right!
Fuck! They're pinned down! Stone! Hold us here!
Coming in from our flank!
Lope! We got casualties!
Multiple hostiles, 3 o'clock. I'm going out there. Dropping ramp. Moving to the wounded. Cover me. Murph, I need a clear lane to load up the wounded on the Amtrak. I'll cover you. Multiple hostiles incoming. I can't get him to the track. Take out those tangos.
We got friendly armor pushing in, Lope! Now's your chance!
Stone, I can't move him far. Head towards me. Get in the Amtrak. All hostiles down. We're clear. We're in. Go, go, go. We need to get these dudes to the CCP.
Negative! Patch them up best you can, Lope! Stone! Take them on to CCP after we've linked up with the rest of Dagger!
Copy. I got you. Let me work on that. We need to stop the bleeding. Murphy! We need some help down here.
You! Turret!
I need to patch him up. Keep pressure on this wound.
I got you. What unit you with?
They just lit us up. We were the first wave. They just tore right through us. It was a shooting gallery.
Rest of your unit get off?
I'm the only one who made it. It's just me.
Just breathe. You'll need your strength when it hits you. Trust me.
Coming up to the link-up point. Gear up. Looks hot.
Stone! What do you got?
Dismount! Dismount! Hey, keep pressure on this wound.
Go! I'll get him to the CCP! Clear ramp!
اضربه.
Clear ramp! Move your asses, Marines! Welcome to the shit show. They man the toes! Murphy, take them out!
Toes down!
Charlie 5, toes are down. You're clear to move in. Good copy, Dagger 1-3. Advancing.
Sniper building!
Contact 12 o'clock! Pax reinforcement! Sniper neutralized! Need to reload!
Charlie 5 engaging. Contact. Multiple enemies. Opening fire. Moving.
Throwing frag! Tossing frag!
Hostile spotted. Engaging. Charlie 5 on the move.
Stop it!
Don't stop now. Let's finish it.
On your left! 30 meters! Shotgun's down!
We've almost cleared them out. Buildings are coming down.
MC reloaded!
We're clear. Hemlock, we've linked up with Murphy and Lopez.
Copy. Provide an escort for Charlie 5. Approach the TOC with extreme vigilance. Intel suggests it's heavily defended.
You heard the man. RZ on Charlie 5. Keep it active while we advance on the TOC. Move!
Make contact once you secure the objective. Hemlock out. Crimson Team, this is Knock. We're in position, over. All units.
Objective is to escort Charlie 5 to the TOC. Once we've found our overwatch, we move on the compound and secure that PAX commander.
Good to have your support, Dagger. Packs are dug in around here, using the buildings for cover. Perfect for an ambush.
Roger that. Raiders, scan high and low. Cover your sectors. Launchers down.
Clear!
Keep that armor moving.
Copy! Better take this.
Contact front! RPG!
Take cover!
Check the windows!
Taking damage.
Murphy, repair Charlie 5!
Tossing frag!
Take down that Emra!
Nice work, Murph.
Keep going, don't let him be! The route's blocked. Down the stairs, through the alleyway. Push through. Copy.
Building coming down! Ambush!
We're taking heavy fire! Dagger, protect Charlie 5.
We're clear.
You can advance, Charlie 5.
Negative, Dagger 1-3. We cannot advance until all hostiles in the immediate area are down.
Roger. Dagger, clear the streets. Engaging!
Keep going. Don't let up. Hostile. Elevated target eliminated.
Raiders, all hostiles eliminated. Link up back at Charlie 5. Friendly's ahead!
Cover me, I'm swapping mags. On your left. RPG, 50 meters.
Get down!
Dagger! Lance, where's McIntyre? He's advancing on the enemy position!
Shit! It's falling!
Armor! Get the cover, Marines! Fight the enemy! Use the buildings! Charlie 5, hold position. Holding.
Go, go, go! Fucking yeah! Come on! Come on! Reloading!
Enemy armor is out of the fight.
One o'clock. RPG. Taking damage. Up high. Murphy, repair Charlie 5.
Front! RPG! At distance! Elevated!
Clear. Charlie 5, all enemies eliminated. Advance.
Moving, Dagger 1-3.
TOC's up ahead. Think Pax is rolling out the welcome wagon for us?
Charlie 5, hold. The road's blocked.
Roger, Dagger 1-3. Holding back and we'll wait for your order. Taking damage.
Murphy, repair Charlie 5.
Az, we got stairs here.
Marines, with me. Move up.
With you. Moving up.
Stay alert. Scan the windows and rooftops. Cover your sectors.
Scanning high.
I got low. We need to find that Overwatch position.
There's no route through.
Found an opening.
Imagine leaving everything behind, just like that.
You think they made it out?
Dagger, through here.
I got rear.
Boss, 12 o'clock. Isn't that...
McIntyre.
How the fuck they get him? And where's the rest of Lancer?
No fucking way.
Who
What are we looking at?
There. Between those pillars.
Got him.
I got the shot. Just say the word.
Negative. The amount of firepower down there, they'd carve us up. We need backup. Charlie 5, this is Dagger 1-3. Over.
Charlie 5, send it.
Confirmed. Hostiles at target location.
Copy that, Dagger. Flanking from the east. Give the order and we'll push through.
Copy Charlie 5. Friendlies in the area. Wait for my call.
Roger that.
Murphy, tell me there's a way down.
Square's covered.
Looks like weapons and ammo.
Weapons cache. Pax is covering.
Copy.
Any way to make it to McIntyre?
We got options. Fuck ton of packs to push through.
Motherfucker!
God damn it.
Talk to me.
McIntyre's gone. No mercy.
All right, listen up, Raiders. Securing this fob is our top priority. Let's not make it personal. All right. Let's move fast. Let's move decisive. Take clear shots. Check your ammo. Dagger on my 6.
Roger that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's move, Marines. Charlie 5, you are cleared to move in.
Roger that, Dagger 1-3. Coming in from you, 3 o'clock.
Marines, we're clear to engage.
Enemy armor, south of the square!
Maintaining defensive position.
We need to clear the way for Charlie 5.
Advancing.
Move, Marines.
What? Huh?
Get into position!
11 o'clock! RPG! Long range! Low! It's coming down! Move!
Reloading!
Flank left or right. Use the buildings as cover.
I need suppressive fire! Reloading!
They're on the move. I hit him.
Keep pushing!
Oscar Mike.
1 o'clock! RPG! 30 meters! Low!
Enemies in the building! Contact! Building opposite!
Clear them out.
RPG! Incoming! Go, go, go!
Take out the tow on the roof!
Incendiary! In position!
Hook ahead! No lighting up!
RPG!
Clock! Launcher! 40 meters! Go!
Need to reload!
Moving on the objective.
We lost Charlie 5.
Launcher eliminated! I'm out! Need to reload!
Room's clear. Conduct SSE. Fucker's gone!
Paz, looks like our ride is here.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled. Alliances that held since the end of World War II? Gone. All the traditional assumptions about who's on whose side? Gone. But you know, every crisis is an opportunity. Like the man said, chaos is a ladder.
Gotta wonder how Kincaid evaded all detection. His forces bypassed early warning systems, weren't revealed on ISR. How'd he do that?
Maybe they're pros. Maybe the same way you got inside my house.
They came in like ghosts and executed hundreds of decorated Brits. Hard bastards.
They got rolled. Even worse than I did. Georgia was a Pearl Harbor attack. Gibraltar was worse.
They had new tech, and you didn't tell us.
I did not withhold intel about PAX tech.
None of the countries supporting PAX make shit that could mask that kind of interest.
But we do, though. Don't we?
Were you here on orders? I wasn't able to make contact with you. Whose assignment is this?
What happened to trust me like I trust you? You know, like in Cairo. You don't trust us? That hurts, Mills.
Of course I trust you. That's why I sent you to Cairo. I knew you could handle little things like an impending civil war.
And the Egyptian president cutting a deal with PAX to help the army. And Fayek Salim selling intel to PAX.
I wasn't sure about Salim. That's why I needed you for confirmation.
Well, you guessed Georgia was a heist. PAX was there to steal something from us.
Yes. I had to find out if they were willing to use it against us. We had one good unit on the ground. Special Missions Unit 777 under Ibrahim Al-Khatib.
First time in Cairo?
Been here plenty. Never seen it like this.
Mills warned you, right?
That Cairo's on the verge of burning.
Has been ever since Pax became Egypt's ally.
later we're gonna complete the game. Hey yo, who's watching on Twitch? Who's watching the stream on Twitch? There is one person always watching. Anyhow.
Down with the beach ball.
That shit look like that shit for kids. I mean, they got a fucking live music and shit upstairs. Or and shit.
Yo, you like my streaming shit? You like my setup now or what?
I ain't seen it.
I'm on YouTube too now. I'm streaming them both right now. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch.
I cycled your shit. Hopefully it's still there.
I got to check in. I ain't checked out in a while.
Yeah, what, bro?
So I got to look. I ain't checked on it and checked on you in a while on the stream shit.
Yeah, the YouTube is gonna have higher quality. There's another one here. I was gonna.
Well, how the fuck you gonna be streaming, bro? You not even playing Battlefield.
I'm playing COD, nigga. I'm getting paid to play COD now.
You gotta play the new shit. Keep up.
The new shit over, the beta over.
Now, niggas is playing the game right now. Yeah.
No, Battlefield, yeah. I don't got Battlefield.
Yeah, bro, you gotta buy every game. So,
You know I ain't playing no Battlefield. 5-player, cuz.
how you
I'm
go
gonna
in there
push
and
this
get
one
some.
hard.
Get some followers, bro.
One in the cubby on top. Watching. They're on the top. They're jumping off the back, I think.
They climbed to the top. They climbed to the top.
One across the red. One definitely across the red. He's in here.
No, I'm playing no Battlefield. AJ got that shit though. If you playing it.
I ain't even buy that shit, bro.
He's in there. I got root.
I ain't buying that shit till the Warzone come out.
I played the beta. The beta's cool. The Black Ops 7. New beta. That shit was straight.
No, I'm talking about the damn Battlefield.
What you
That's
still
the only
streaming
reason
2K or are you not even streaming no more?
Nah, I just started
Why,
setting my shit
my
back
little
up at the
bitch?
crib.
I'm saying, nigga, you got your own spot now, nigga. You streaming. You supposed to be full time on that shit, cuz.
Get off at 12.
Don't be scared about what?
I'll be tired.
What's up, my little D? What's up, Quiet? What it do?
Yanni, does you or not? I think we just get to farm. Think we cleaned up most of this.
Alright, y'all. Alright, bro. I'm just checking in, bro. Get back to work.
I appreciate that. Pull the stream up, bro. Need something to watch.
Yeah, I got you.
What are you doing? You only got 7 kills, dude? What are you doing?
This lobby actually kind of sweaty, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
This lobby sweaty as fuck.
Yeah, this shit
Just
sweaty
giving
as
you
fuck.
shit.
I wasn't expecting that shit. I died off rip too. I was like, not expecting that shit.
Being there with 0 kills. Big fat donut.
stack me up.
Oh, I shit on that kid too, bro. He's down. Why you stacking him like that, bro? Good. Don't ping my specialist either, bitch.
We all got one. One guy going to buy.
Yeah, I'm going now.
Pick the truck. I think he climbed to the roof.
You say you losing? What's up, Kay? Just finished some Battlefield 6 campaign. Yeah, nah, I ain't worried about how was the Battlefield campaign, bro? No, I wasn't scared. I'm never scared to do a specialist. I need self-res for specialists personally. I don't feel like there's a point in having it.
Okay, that's 3. Can advance that now? They're about to scoop you, I think.
Yep.
I'm not scared to use mine quite. To be fine. Then we could hold train station. Keep up those things. ZPA. Yeah, around the house. We're on this corner. Corner of barn.
Dude, one of these kids is fucking yak.
Yonder.
Watch the shit.
Broken? That kid's broken.
Got money?
I'm gonna look that. I'm gonna look that.
Yeah, I got
Body me up?
e-botted from across the map, dude. There's a kid cheating like across the map, the same body.
What the fuck? People in my house.
He's in lumber, fucking aimbotting right now.
I stuck that kid, bro. No way, right?
Can't climb, bro. I'm getting sniped from lumber, bro.
Yeah,
I think
I
ammo.
got snipe coming in. Yeah, they're right here in the window. I don't have smokes yet.
Massive to this armor box. Throwing plates. Nice.
Yeah, we all got specialists. I want to push that, but I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have smokes.
No way.
Hey, kid landed right here on this shit, on his loot.
I'm going for bounty.
No, he landed on his loot. Close.
Oh, you, I'm going for bounty.
Yeah, I'm good. Hope you get shit on pussy.
Pop you, Yandy.
Bro, bro. There's a barn here. Ghosted.
left corner, left corner. Left corner. The last one's in here. I PA'd him. Good push him.
Oh, he's 1E.
GG's, boys. Alright, bet.
I'll add you guys up for sure. GG's.
GG's.
Yo, that lobby got sweaty out of nowhere, bro. Like, we were just kind of fragging it, and next thing you know, you gotta, like, lock the fuck in. You know?
And,
You know what to say.